Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
Not top side, and they're like, we're pulling the trigger down here. Viper and Delight are way too far up, but the Poppy is just so tanky. Viper gets a bunch of stacks off of the exchange as well, and Closer's in trouble.
Oh man, the big one gonna come in. The flash auto from Zeka is clean, and he picks up not a solo kill.
It was the Zeri that was a little bit ahead of where she should have been. This time, Smolder doesn't have any kills, but he's feeling good about the game state.
Oh, that's a nice knock back on a Zeka, but there's just no follow-up. So, knockup from Daisy, and now Duro. He's not level 6. He's actually pretty squishy, and he doesn't have his flash. He's just free food for the side of Hanwha Life Esports, and they will take that happily.
Yeah. Fishing trip gone wrong by Hannah moments ago. They still are never able to grab control of this dragon. Viper is getting plate gold in the bottom lane, and he is just stacking. He is just vibing. He has 86 stacks here at 11 minutes. Pretty good pace. It's just a big Smolder problem that I don't know if it's going to be solved soon.
Knock away from the Alistair. Now Hannah is alone, and a bunch of damage is going to be put into him. He is going to eventually go down. He does use his barrier, but doesn't even bother to flash. As, again, it's just another kill onto the Poppy this time around. And saw what happened down in the bottom lane. Just more wins for Viper, who's just getting free farm and is 30 CS ahead of his opponent. Duro, though, is in the top lane, going to flash in and, well, just kind of run around a little bit. As now Delight's in a lot of trouble, or rather, Delight is totally fine. As the ult comes in, and finally, the Closer will be able to take him down, but it's 2 kills to the side of Peanut. Make it 3, a triple kill for Ivern underneath the top turret. Meanwhile, Viper's just solo farming.
Yeah, he's just chilling. He doesn't care. He just wants stacks. He's like, look, a kill's not going to get... I'm not Veigar. I don't need kills. I need to kill the minions. If a champion could come down here, maybe I could get more value with my choose, but otherwise just pressing Q and last hitting and taking plate gold to be more relevant later. As Zeka is also trying to grab an additional plate here. Won't be able to, even with the cannon minion, as they do see the rotation. Oh, we saw the Kais a lot. We were like, well, is this going to be the one that punishes? And the answer was no.
Like you said, you know, either you match the scaling or you put on more pressure, and they kind of did neither, right? Like, they're not going to scale as well with Kaisa, they're not going to put on pressure with this, and it just kind of sits there and doesn't do as well. Meanwhile, Zeka is barely going to live. He doesn't really lose much except some melee minions. He doesn't need to be the carry. Like, he just needs to not die and just be present in the team fights.
He just is able to be down here and say, oh, if no one, you know, eventually Clear will have to kill his minions. I'll lose some, but like my whole team is on Dragon. If anyone comes down here, we just collapse on them, and you know, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, it's the Ivern power spike.
Yes,
it's Redemption and Moonstone. And
you can go for the
kill people for like 500.
You should get the Dawn Core this game, I feel like, with how this is going.
Yeah, I'm going to get a sleep here on the Delight, but remember that this is, yeah, he's got an Ivern nearby. The heal does come in, and Delight is finally maybe going to go down, but only after the trade onto Closer. And Hannah's just alone in a 1v2 against, well, actually a 1v3 as Daisy is also helping out. Doran finally gets his time to shine. And this is just going to be a clean ace to the side of Hanwha Life Esports, as easy as you'd like, unless Clear somehow, very nice dodge there actually, might be able to get away, and that he will. And yeah, even Daisy's getting in on the action. Will she die? Clear desperate, and will finally take her down.
Viper is just putting brushes up, and let's see, give it your best shot, BNK.
How are you going to engage onto this?
You can't.
I mean, they need to get somebody in those brushes. They need to get some amount of vision, and they just don't have any. As the Baron is getting pretty low, they are thinking about a turn. Look at the damage that Viper's doing on the right side. Everybody on the side of BNK has to back away, and they just had the Baron leash the entire time. They take it down before 21.
And then they'd be even further ahead, but he's going to use the gold to get that 2-item spike. And they're going to take out this inner. Clear's in trouble.
Yeah, Clear's been doing a good job of not dying, but he's just going to collapse. All of that stress is Peanut just tanked 3 turret shots without realizing. Maybe just for fun, you know, Peanut.
Keep those minions alive, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's some validity to that, actually. You know, get in, tank it up, keep that wave alive. And they didn't quite do it this time, though, so kind of funny. Still going to hit the turret, and they still have enough damage. And Viper still hasn't died, so he's holding on to that Smolder perfect KDA in the LCK. And that's just a ridiculous number. Not a very high kill participation in this game. We just saw Shojins all the time, and You and I are just the biggest Shojin's haters.
Yes.
Like, I don't know why, but it always just ends up that way. I don't know. Just feels like BNK kind of got countered. Like, they try to face into Hanwha Life Esports, and Hanwha Life are just a better version of BNK, I feel like, in many different ways.
Yeah, for sure. Doran going in.
Uh-oh. All right, clear. It's going to be okay, and Doran is extremely tanky, and he's got shields as well. As Bomb going to help out a little bit with that. Actually, a lot of it, as in goes Viper, and he's looking for a bit more. He's got a gigantic shields with the barrier and the Ivern, and you're just not even going to chip away at his health bar at this point.
I mean, they could just basically end. I mean, they have this wave here, Cannon Minion working on these Nexus turrets, Doran just keeping everyone at bay.
Yeah, they don't want to end because they want to have some fun and maybe get a penta for Viper. It's not going to happen as the first kill goes to Zeka. Probably the rest of them will go to Viper, though. No, a double kill for Zeka, actually, as he really wants to deny the Smolder from getting any more kills in this one. It is a battle between mid and AD carry to see who is the best of the AD carries. And this time around, I guess it's Zeka, but it doesn't really matter. The game is over. 24 minutes, and Hanwha Life.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say,
Okay.
see you on the next one.